From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum Hunab Gu Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Ayum Hunab Gu Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Ayum Hunab Gu Eva Maya E Ma Ho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature.
Welcome to the Oddest Tiny House Village. And today is Vegetable Soup Wednesday, where we promote our beautiful book that was put together by 9 different strangers, really. We came together to create this project for women, especially who are suffering from eviction, from the death of their children, from losing their job. And the female needs to be supported. So we created this book that not only would the female be supported, but she would also be able to support her man or the partner in her life. So this book is available. It is a collection of 10 stories actually to nourish your body, mind, and finances. And it's available by sending in a cash app to me, Dollar Vieta Robinson. We're working on printing the book, but for now, we have a ebook or in a PDF form that you can read and be nourished by. I mean, we've had some really good feedback on the nourishment in each story in the book from all these different authors. Cash app for $8, I believe we're set. No, just a cash app for any amount, because I'm one of the authors. If you send me a cash app for any amount, I will send you this book out for free. So don't miss out, because now we're in the season that we're in of chaos and confusion. This book can help you come to a more peaceful and concise and beautiful understanding of why you are in the place you are in today. Cash app for any amount, Dollar Vieta Robinson, and I will send it to you right away. Now, the video that I played earlier was from a woman who is part of our family, the Synchronistic Human Family. And we are really evolving quickly in this family because it's time, really. It's really time for all of us to think about why we're here and what are you here to do. And especially now when wars are everywhere in the Middle East and things don't seem to be slowing down much. But if you're interested in joining this family, synchronistichuman.com, you can link up with us every Sunday when we meet at 10:30 and learn more about the calendar, the 28-day calendar and the 13-month calendar that was the original time instrument for all of us. And Constantine, those guys, those patriarchal maniacs decided, man, we don't want that calendar. Let's put our own calendar in. So here we are, war after war after war. I have personally believed when they changed the calendar, it created a different energy for all of us humans here, along with all the other things going on. But really, we are experiencing something very interesting right now with the calendar counting every 31, 30 days, 28 days. When you get back to the 28-day calendar and the 13 moon calendar, it's a whole world. It's a whole different energetic world of balance and alignment with nature. So hook up at www.synchronistichuman.com for more information on how you can be more informed and have the knowledge you need in this crazy time that we're in. Now we have a guest coming on, and let's see. We have a comment here from Affordable Housing TV. Face red, smiling face. Okay, smiling live. Face red, smiling live. Okay, come on in, Affordable Housing TV. I'm going to just introduce you to the village while we wait on our guests. We have two, L.A. Davis and Brodie Cross Jr., both two entrepreneurs who are going to share with us a little bit about sustainable housing, better housing, planting food, everything you need to know here in the village. But let's take a brief commercial here and see my journey in the tiny house community and part of the construction that went into my current house where I live. Okay.
L.A. Davis.
So these pictures you're watching are actual pictures of my journey through tiny houses, and I lived next to these cows here and some horses. That's my current tiny house, and the construction that went into this. So it's been an amazing journey to minimalism. And we're going to talk about today not only minimalism and living a minimal life, but what exactly is a sustainable housing living unit. I pulled up a little video to help us start the conversation about sustainable housing, what that means, what does that entail? And also, I want to talk about the digital nomad guy, and we're going to bring on L.A. Davis in a minute to talk about planting food. But here's a little clip about an eco village in the Netherlands. This is the idea behind sustainable housing community.
From the sky, it looks like a flower house. The eco-village Boekel is an almost self-sufficient housing community that was voted the most sustainable organization in the Netherlands in 2021. In a world beset by crises, war, and climate disruption, this European project offers concrete solutions for social, economic, and cultural regeneration.
The United Nations said that in 2030, half of all humans will have problems with climate change. We try to be self-sufficient on food and on water and on a lot of our energy. Eco-Village Boekel is part of a project worldwide of eco-villages searching how to be more resilient to climate change.
The eco-village Boekel in the south of the Netherlands is made up of 36 pioneering sustainable flats. 48 adults, fervent campaigners for the circular economy, are involved in this European project where nothing is wasted, not a drop of water, nor a kilowatt of energy. Anne-Marie has been living in this community for a year and a half. The houses are built with biosustainable materials such as wood and hemp, and this is one of the reasons why she decided to up sticks and move to Bukel.
Values were the building with hemp. I thought it is a beautiful material and they make very good isolation and healthy homes. These houses have absorbed more CO2 than they have put in the air. And not only that, it's beautiful garden here where we try to grow food for all of us, the 50 people that live here.
They grow a food forest in which they have planted fruit and vegetables among the trees and shrubs, making the garden more resistant to heavy rain, drought and heat. The total budget for the project is €10 million, 2.5 million of which has been provided by the province of Noord-Brabant, 1 million by the EU's cohesion policy and $500,000 by the Dutch Ministry of Energy and Climate. Bukel is a testing ground for all kinds of innovations, such as the Cesar heating system, which stores the energy produced by the eco-village's 600 solar panels.
Storage medium will reach a temperature of 450 degrees. And then afterwards, the heat is provided for the floor heating of the livings of the houses here. It's a circle. It's a CO2 emission-free system.
The Bukel Eco-Village has won several awards for the sustainability of its buildings, and it's leading the way on the path towards a greener future.
Now, that's just an example of what's going on in Europe. They're creating an eco-villages that bring people together in a more sustainable way with growing food, reducing the energy that they're using. And here in America, this guy, the digital nomad guy, I've been coming across him a lot, and I think LA shared this with me. This digital nomad guy is, I think, a little more practical about what's happening in the United States, because it's a little bit different here in the good old US of A. We're just gonna put together some vans and things and make it work. So this is just an example of what's happening in the United States. Check this out.
Happening across America. People aren't fighting the system, they're leaving it. No landlord, no utility bill, no one setting the price of your existence. Mobile communities forming across this country, off-grid, self-sufficient, parallel systems, built by people who decided the old world no longer deserves their loyalty. They call themselves nomads. We call it Nomad Syndicate. The system built walls to keep you in. We built wheels to get out. There is a quiet rebellion happening across America. People aren't fighting the system, they're leaving it. No landlord, no utility bill, no one setting the price of your existence. Mobile communities forming across this country, off-grid, self-sufficient, parallel systems, built by people who decided the old world no longer deserves their loyalty. They call themselves nomads. We call it Nomad Syndicate. The system built walls to keep you in. We built wheels to get out.
So that guy is kind of funny and interesting, dramatic. But L.A. Davis is on the line with me. And L.A., I think you shared one of those videos with me. And what do you think about the nomad living?
Well, there's always been nomads.
Right.
And they move around there, various reasons, cost of living.
Right.
Some people like to travel, that type of thing. But
do you think it's more popular now than ever?
No.
Well, that's what this guy is trying to say.
Now it might be. See, first thing, let's go to Mongolia. Mongolia has been in a nomad culture for thousands of years.
True.
So, and you still have nomads culturally in Mongolia. I think maybe 30 or 40% of their capital, Bator, Mongolia, they live in tents, which they call yurts.
Okay, but
If
in
you
the
go to
United
various parts of Africa, they're depending on, like in Southwest, what do you call it, Africa, you have nomad tribes there too.
Right.
And then the Native Americans, historically in this country, before Europeans came over, moved with the seasons.
Yeah, but they call it nomad village now because I believe more and more people living in their cars, more and more people are been evicted. They can't afford a house or rent an apartment. So I think we are indeed seeing more people rolling around the country and living in their vans and parking and finding what this guy is saying. We're finding communities with like minds, playing their guitars and eating together and just getting off the grid. Basically, that's what I think is going on. So you have another idea about planting food. You want to share that with us about?
Well, because your guest is not here yet. Sustainable housing. Now, I know quite a bit about that. Sustainable housing, and I'm going to break it down to where the ghosts can get it. Sustainable housing basically means you live in a home where you essentially don't have any rent, mortgage payments, or utility bills.
Right.
Yet you have power, you got plenty to eat, and I'll give an example that people can look this up online. The first sustainable village that I went to, well, it's not the first one, but it's called Vauban, that's where I use Vauban, because Vauban, Vauban, if you look it up, Vauban Solar Village, it's in Germany. It's in right on the edge of the Black Forest, which the German word for Black Forest is Schwarzwald. But Vauban has a population of about, first thing, everything is sustainable there for sustainable housing. So in Vauban, number one, and I've got videos of this I'll send you. In Vauban, you're not allowed to drive a gas-powered car into the village.
Okay.
They have right on the part of the village, they have a solar garage. You park your car there. You either walk or you take a bike. I was on bikes that day. I was there. I did see an electric vehicle, but the electric vehicle ran off electric. So in Vauban, it's like there are apartments all over the place. You don't see single family homes, but they generate their electricity from solar energy. Many of the sections of homes there, they have bike garages. You won't see car garages. They have many of them grow their food there. And then many of the neighbors on a weekly basis get together at least once a week to break bread with the neighbors. But so Vauban, as well as, that's one community in Germany. Now I've been to that one. Another one is Feldheim, Germany, which that's a sustainable village as well. Their street lamps run off of pig poop.
Really?
Okay, yeah. All right. So now, my experience with sustainable housing in this country, my first one was with the United States Department of Energy. They have a not a yearly event, but they do it maybe 2 years or so, called the Solar Decathlon, where college students, when I was involved with it, and I did it 3 times, college students would come to the National Mall in Washington, D.C., like 19 to 21 universities. Most were from the United States, but they also had Germany there. They had China there, I think France and Italy. But what they would do is these college students would build a solar village, which is another name for a sustainable village. And they would have everything, that whole house, the houses that they would put up, would have to be run off of solar energy. And normal things like television, cooking dinner, cooking lunches, every meal that we normally have, everything would have to, it was an off the grid village.
Right.
So sustainability basically means you have a house that's independent. It doesn't need a local utility company. It doesn't need a municipality for power. The house basically works for itself. And then you have many sustainable homes that grow their own food. So if you grow part of your food supply, you don't need to go to Whole Foods or wherever you want to go to get produce. And if you're in the livestock, you can do it too. So sustainable housing basically is essentially, all right, from my experience, somebody might have a different definition, is a house that works for you, not you working for the house.
And it usually does not have your typical electric hookup.
No.
You're using other means of energy to light your house, right?
Either solar energy or wind energy. Some people have solar for the daylight to collect power, and then others have a windmill that collects, energy that stores in the battery. Now, there's two ways you can go about this. You can be completely off the grid with your house. Imagine your house like a cell phone. We all know with a cell phone, once it's charged up, we can talk so many hours on this phone, and then we have to recharge it again. All right. Well, everybody's home and or apartment building can be retrofitted to do that, where you store energy from sunlight during the day. If you got a windmill, to store energy overnight. However, some people meet it halfway. They're still connected to the grid, all right, where they don't need the battery backup like a cell phone. But if they've gotten all the energy that they need, then your meter at your home will start spinning backwards. That's called net metering, where you, the individual homeowner in your sustainable off-the-grid home, sells power back to the electric company. And then the local electric company these days will probably credit you. In the past, there have been some instances where the local electric company would send you a check.
Right,
but now I think it's to the point where, they'll just credit you.
They recommend solar panels have a lithium battery backup. What do you think about that?
Well, they store a lot of energy. And like I say, it depends on, now this is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's easier to have sustainable housing if you live in a rural area.
Right. Okay.
Where there's less rules and regulations and zoning is more relaxed. Whereas if you're in a New York City, Chicago, or Los Angeles, someplace like that, it's more, not impossible, but it's going to be more expensive to get off the grid.
Exactly.
With solar panels and like a part of that is you can be independent with your water. Like where I'm at, I'm off the grid with water. I'm on a well. Okay. However, in Washington, D.C., where I'm from, having a well, drilling for a well is outlawed, banned, illegal. Can't do it in D.C.
Okay, so now you have some ideas about planting. What we part of homes or sustainable housing or living is by growing your own food. So what ideas do you have that can help people start to grow their own food?
Well, growing food, and we're organizing this this month. The easiest way, particularly for people who are on a tight budget, I think the easiest way to talk about a sustainable way for people to gain the money to buy land or buy materials or whatever and eat at the same time is start growing your own food. And that's what we're organizing now. So, because certain things have everything you plant has some things you can sprout today and 7 to 10 days later, it's, through microgreens or whatever, you can have a harvest. You're not going to eat all that. So that'll save you money, but then you can go to a farmer's market and sell it. So you can essentially, if you're missing the down, if you think you don't have enough money to buy a home. And it's not the only way, but I think a good way to do it is, which is a sustainable idea, is get you a pack of seeds, what you like to eat, or look in your refrigerator and sprout something in there that'll grow, like onions or cabbage or whatever you have around the house. And those are the simple steps that you can take where you can accumulate enough wealth or cash to eventually, get the materials you need to buy your own home. Well, excuse me, build your own home.
So some people, if they don't have land, as you mentioned, sprouting is so easy to do because you can put it in your kitchen, on your kitchen counter, in the windowsill. Just get some broccoli sprout or seeds, for instance. Any type of seeds. Sunflower seeds are really easy, and what you have to do is soak them for a few hours to help them germinate. And then you put those seeds on top of some soil, some rich soil, planting soil for planting. And when those seeds start to sprout at a certain length, about a couple of inches, you can start eating them. And I've always read how broccoli sprouts are actually more nutritious than the broccoli themselves. And you've seen how it's salad bars or in the grocery store, they have packages of sprouts that you can buy. You can sprout your own and have just as much nutrition. May not be as filling, but you have to get some greens in there. Or you can put them on any food, really. Spaghetti, if you want, whatever you're eating, you can put those sprouts, sprinkle them on. And you're going to get some super nutrition out of sprouts. So don't think you have to grow, a lemon tree or apple tree or even grow salad greens all the time. Try sprouting and then eating your sprouts in your whatever meals that you're making. Sprinkle the sprouts on there. Any other suggestions, LA?
Like I say, you can start learning how to grow food because it's a marital way thing. Purposes that you can. You can do it for your own personal consumption. You can use. It could be for some people side hustle. For other people, you got people out here earning $100,000, $200,000 a year, even $1 million a year just growing food.
Absolutely.
We're not talking. They don't have 40 acres. Many of them don't even have 1 acre. But they're, but they have a niche market that they sell to. And I'm talking about urban farms, people that might live in the city.
Yeah. And then they have these towers you can buy. I don't know how expensive they are, but you can buy these food towers that you put in any apartment and put seeds in there, and you'll have more than enough greens for you and maybe your family of 2 or 3 people. So there's so many ways that you can become self-sustaining in your journey. You don't have to worry about starving at all. And then just start intermittent fasting if you do have a small budget for food. And intermittent fasting is not eating for a certain amount of time during the day. For instance, I do intermittent fasting until noon. I don't eat any solid food until afternoon, usually afternoon. So in the morning, if you want to really get your liver refreshed and start cleaning the liver, the gallbladder, drink some warm or hot water with salt and lemon juice, fresh lemon juice or fresh lime juice in it. That will start the cleansing and healing, because when you stop eating, your body takes the energy that it would use for digesting your food. It takes that energy to heal whatever needs healing. So you need to give that your system enough time to go in there. The energy that would be starting in your mouth to put saliva and enzymes on the food and go down your throat, and then the esophagus has to move, and then your stomach has to create the acid. All that process is reduced or stopped when you're not eating. When you drink that lemon water, it's going to start restoring and cleaning. And then do your breath work in the morning and get every part of your body will start regenerating and being recharged and cleansed and healed And don't eat. Sometimes you have to not eat at all during the day. That would even be better, depending on the health challenges that you are dealing with. As I said on my show lately, you to eliminate problems in your life, you look at every potential problem as an opportunity to change your behavior that will bring about different results, different solutions. Okay, so we're here to help you think about what opportunity do I have to change my current situation if I'm not happy, if I don't like what's going on in my life. How do I change it? What opportunities do I have? One opportunity you have is do some research on YouTube about sustainable living, sustainable housing. There are so many YouTube videos on how to buy land, even if you're getting evicted. You can get some real deals in your neighborhood, I'm sure, or in your area. You might have to leave the city, but there are all kinds of opportunities to buy land. And if you get enough people together, it becomes a very worthwhile project, worthwhile an opportunity that helps you grow and advance and change your life. Okay. Now I want to share with you about mastering your puzzles in life. How many of you have puzzles in your life? Raise your hand. I have become so obsessed with doing puzzles. I have done this year alone, I've probably done about 4 puzzles that have 1,000 pieces in them. Yes. And I'm working on one right now that's very challenging because it has lots of flowers in it, and it's almost like painting a picture. But here's the reality, especially the spiritual reality of mastering the puzzles in your life. I've been thinking a lot about this. I was listening to Dr. Samuel Lee, who is on YouTube. He teaches so many really good messages about spiritual things going on. And we also have here Naima Latif is in the house. She says, great advice. She is growing and teaching lots of uh, knowledge and instructions on growing food at On Air Everywhere Network.com. On Air Everywhere. Go to her website and you'll find all kinds of advice and teachings from enlightened beings, individuals. But mastering your puzzles in life. I'm learning that thousands of years ago, the heavenly beings were very united. We were all coming together. The beings were in harmony, united, and something happened in the cosmic order of things that fractured all the beings. Guess what? They came down here as humans. We humans come down here in different forms, different genders. And so, one of the challenges we have, one of the opportunities we have, is to put back the fractured pieces that occurred in the cosmic order of workings and planetary activity, so that we all here, if you think of each individual as a puzzle, male, female, and the puzzle pieces that I'm working with have gender qualities in them. There's either an inverted or a U-shaped part of the puzzle, and then there's an outward part, as you can imagine what gender these represent. So a lot of times when I'm trying to find a puzzle piece to fit in somewhere, I'm thinking, oh, that's a male. It has 3 male parts on it, or there's 3 female parts on it. And that's helping me to put the puzzles together again, or put the pieces in the right place. Every puzzle in our life has specific qualities, energy, patterns that if we're paying attention, working a puzzle is kind of like for anal people. Anal people meaning very detail oriented. They're paying attention to the male parts and the female parts, okay, of each piece of puzzle. That's how you put it together. You've got to pay attention to what gender is dominating that piece. So, in our journey of life on this planet Earth, we are all fractured puzzle pieces. Some of us are tall, some of us are skinny, some of us are fat pieces. When I look at these pieces going in to create this picture I'm noticing the size of the puzzle piece and the colors in it and the patterns. And then I match it up with similar color shapes and patterns. So as we master all these fractured beings around us, one of the things you might keep in mind is what is going to keep us together is a special energy of love. The most powerful energy in the universe is love. And that's what's going to bring these fractured puzzle pieces together is, oh, look at this odd shape here. Look at this male dominated piece here. Look at that female dominated piece there. And look at these colors, these yellow, red, all these yellow colors are going to come over here and fit with these gold colors or these brown colors. Usually the picture that you're putting together is one of harmony. You're bringing together people in your life who are going to create harmony in your life, who are going to be in alignment with the Creator's love, compassion, wisdom. So you want to pay attention to the type of people you're going to let into your picture that you're putting together from the fractured elements that we have become responsible for. I am responsible for 2 grandchildren who were somewhat fractured from a divorce situation. Let's give you this for an example. And they're male, one female grandchild each, and they are very different. They're very different. But the glue that has to come put them together to be friendly to each other, to not kill each other, try and kill each other, because sometimes they can be really rough on each other, is patience and love. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy. All those things we learn about what love is. That's what's going to help my grandchildren create this beautiful picture of family, of harmony, of vision of of their purpose in life, because each picture that we are putting together with these pieces should be in alignment with our Creator's love, compassion, wisdom, and purpose. And right now, with the war that's going on, the confusion that's going on, we have so many fractured elements in our society right now that what has to happen first is your piece has to really demonstrate love. Your puzzle piece, shaped as it is, male, female, this puzzle piece here, in order to create this beautiful picture we're weaving of peace on earth. How about peace on earth? We're weaving the pieces that we're putting in to create peace on earth can no longer be fractured. They need to fit in harmony with all of us playing a different instrument to create this piece. So I just wanted to bring that out tonight, that think of all the people in your life who are not perfect, might be a little controlling, and your job, our job as a female or male, especially female, divine feminine is so needed to be stronger these days. Because if we're going to overcome the warmongering, psychopathic, patriarchal system that we've all been influenced by, then the female puzzle, this beautiful female puzzle, has to fit in perfectly with the male pieces or female pieces that are conscious, because it's all about, consciousness, the awareness that we need a change, first of all. And I am the change element. I'm the change agent by expressing my peace every day, my love, not reacting to everything that's going on in the White House or at the White House. I'm the change agent. I'm the peace agent that needs to put this puzzle, this picture together so that my grandchildren can enjoy this new picture that we're creating on Earth. It's funny that the astronauts are starting. They're posting pictures that they say they're getting from their ship, from space. They say this is a picture of Earth. Yeah, right. Wink, wink. And so if we think of our grandchildren or future generations, we are creating a picture, a new Earth for them. We have to create a new Earth for our grandchildren. And in order for that new Earth to develop and come about, manifest, it starts with us. So we are mastering not just this piece of this puzzle that was fractured from childhood, from trauma, drama. We're working on this puzzle piece right here first and foremost. Let's make sure this puzzle piece, our own self, our own kingdom, our own biological computer, let's make sure that it is in peace within itself. And whether that means getting a sustainable housing situation, getting a tent or a new tent, or whatever your living situation is, make it your peace place. Whether it's in your car, create your peace place. You've been evicted from your apartment. You now have an opportunity to create a smaller peace place so that your situation, no matter what it is, a car, a tent, a van, your situation can come into the bigger picture, not fractured because you love yourself, but come into the bigger picture with peace of mind and with a purpose and with a plan that we want our grandchildren to have a new earth that is not fractured, or at least mostly not fractured. So I hope that helps tonight for you to see how to master your puzzles in life, whatever the challenges are you're having, whatever problem, no more problems, just opportunity to fit in a new puzzle piece to create a bigger, peaceful, loving, aligned picture of the new earth. Okay. So I don't know. My guest has not showed up yet. LA, you have any final words? We're already, let's see, 45 minutes in. What are you have any final words, LA, before we create a new puzzle picture?
Well, I do recommend a book dealing with sustainable housing and jobs that are created through sustainable housing.
Okay.
And it's written by Van Jones. The name of the book is The Green Collar Economy. The Green Collar Economy. And that book talks about through learning, picking up the skill sets to learn how to be a solar installer, insulation. There's a whole lot of things that are connected to sustainable housing. Because the nomads that you were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, people living in their cars and vans, they're looking for a sustainable way of living. And they haven't been able to find sustainable housing to match that. But if you build your own sustainable house with the solar on there, where, you're energy independent. So that, anyway, I highly recommend the book by Van Jones, The Green Collar Economy.
The Green Collar Economy.
Right. Classic book. He wrote there right before Obama. And those who are not familiar with Van Jones, he's a black guy. Let me tell you, I met him. And I met him at a volunteer event in D.C. Now, I was the only black volunteer at this climate change thing in Southeast D.C., the part of the Southeast D.C., which was the hood. And so I recognized Van, and he had, right before, as he just released the book. And I went over to shake his hands. We were only two black people there. And then white folks, man, they took him away from me. So that book is, if you don't want to be late to the party and live in a sustainable house with sustainable housing, in my definition, a house where there's no utility bills, okay, no mortgage payment, no rent payment, and you grow your own food. That's really taking it to the hill. Some people call it extreme housing, but that's where the ball is going. So read that book, The Green Collar Economy. And of course, Obama's been out of office, and he was in there twice. So it's like a wide open opportunity right now in North America to get in on it.
I know. I think Naima has a solar energy company. I'm not sure if she wants to give a link or give some information on how they can contact her. If she's in Chicago, go to onaireverywhere.com and I think you can link up with her there.
Yeah, you know, partner, they do have a solar panel company. It's rare that you find Black people that are in it, but she and her partner into it. So the excellent suggestion would be to contact Naima ASAP, because she can help a person take those steps to sustainability.
So Naima, if you're still in the chat, if you want to give any contact information on if people are interested, have questions about solar energy, how they can contact you. Otherwise, go to onaireverywhere.com and you can find her on Facebook, and she has a YouTube channel, The Female Solution. So there's several ways if you're interested in learning more about solar panels.
And Rihanna, let's not forget about you, because you're in your second tiny house, so you didn't have to pay. You didn't pay rent on the, ground rent was one thing, but for the house itself and what you're living in now, you don't have a mortgage payment, you don't have a rent payment. So
well, my situation
that's sustainable housing too.
My situation is so unique that it really is. It was just a divine presentation to me to make a change. So my challenge or my problem was I lost my house that I was living in. Here's some information for Naima. If you're interested, text her at this 312-849-3456 or email naima.thefemalesolution@gmail.com if you want information on solar panels. She can answer questions as well as help you put those up or install them. But my situation was so unusual. When a person buys a house, and there's already an empty shed in the backyard, and we go in here, and it's like all these tools are in here, the walls are bare, there's nothing really in here but an empty space. And for I think over a year or so, my son didn't know what to do. He was just storing things in here and didn't know what to do with it. But the opportunity came for me when the place I was living got sold and I had to move. I had to find my own place. And I still had my tiny house on wheels. And so I ended up selling my tiny house on wheels and putting that money into this shed. I painted all the walls. I put all the shelves up. I had hired a contractor to add things to make it more comfortable for me. And I had so many things donated to me, lamps and rugs and desks. And I didn't have to buy much furniture at all. So when you can go to Facebook Marketplace to just find just about anything. So I highly recommend, if you have anyone with a shed in their backyard, see if they'll let you do some work. This was the most creative project of my life. Next to the one where I was living, I started out in Umatilla with a shed that LA had purchased, and I cleaned that up, painted it, and I learned how to pull things out the wall and patch holes in the walls. And then coming here was less work because this place is insulated. It was already insulated. I didn't have to insulate except for the ceiling. I did have to insulate it. So don't be afraid to look for opportunities to reduce your house, the size of the places you're living, and you'll be surprised how much help shows up. My son and his dad put a new roof on this house before I even thought about even living in here. For some reason, I know it was just being prepared for me to live in, because a new roof was like a regular house. It's not a cheap roof. They got up on that roof and put in new shingles and the whole works and repaired wood and all that. When you are ready to change your life for the better, to reduce, to become more sustainable, because Mother Earth needs help. We have been raping Mother Earth and drawing too much from Mother Earth, or Mother Earth's resources. It is time to give back to Mother Earth and take out less from Mother Earth. And things will happen in your life that will surprise you once you make that decision. Don't be afraid to make that decision. So just go out, have courage, don't have fear, no fear, no fear, all faith. Right now is so powerful. The universe is so ready to give you what you need and what you desire when you just walk out in faith. That's what writing every morning, today is going to be my peaceful day. If you write that out every morning, you're going to see miracles. I'm telling you, you're going to see miracles. And when you write that out, as the monk was saying this morning on a video, today is going to be my peaceful day. And you're challenged by whether you're going to react or respond. Why would you react when you've already made a statement to the universe, today is going to be my peaceful day? So if someone comes and challenges you with their story, their issues, their anger, their bitterness, their jealousy, you remember every morning you wrote out, today's going to be my peaceful day. I am not going to be triggered. I am not going to allow anyone to take me out of my peace. And that's where your puzzle will come together. Your puzzle will come together when you stop reacting, because you're not fractured anymore all over the place with your emotions here and there and everywhere. When you stop reacting, your puzzle pieces fit in really nicely with the divine plan of a new earth. Then the universe is waiting for us to stop reacting and bring in the love energy to this big picture of new earth, and stop, no fractured pieces, but smooth female, male energies coming in that each of us contributes to bring about this new earth. And that's what the book, The Vegetable Soup for Women, is all about, is a collection to nourish your body, mind, and finances, to bring in the unfractured puzzle pieces into your new earth, your new life, your new position, so that you are no longer all over the place. Right now, I got puzzle pieces everywhere on the side because I have to figure out where they fit in. So once you are focused and deciding for no more reactions, deciding you're going to have a peaceful journey on this planet, this picture is going to come into your life that will be wonderful, magnificent, because you make a decision every morning to not react and to walk in peace. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you, Naima, for that information. And I hope if you need help, this is the number. Write that down, 312-849-3456. She has the knowledge and experience about solar panels. And this book, again, is available to you if you need help for any amount. I'm offering this because it's on my platform. I'm offering it for any Cash App amount. Just send it, let's see here, to via $ Vieta Robin, and I'll send you the book so you can be blessed and nourished in every way. Okay. We want to do a little meditation before we go, because breath work is so important every day. We can't emphasize that enough here in the village, that whatever you're going through, part of you bringing in smooth puzzle pieces to fit into your new earth is doing the breath work to keep the peace and to not react to what other people are saying or doing in your life that might trigger you or upset you, or just be mindful that you're in charge. You're in charge. This is a time to stand firm in your sovereignty, your divinity, who you are, and not be all over the place. We need to really have a mind that says, I'm in charge, I'm love, I am peace, and I am enough. I don't want to be needy. I don't have to be needy out there. I have to have this. I need someone to complete me. We want you to come into a peaceful mind where you're not so needy. You don't need someone else to complete you. You are complete just the way you are. Let's just take a moment to breathe in, hold it for 4, let it go for 4, and hold it at the bottom for 4. Feel the love come in when you take mindfully air into your body and hold it and then let it out. Let's just do that for a few breaths while we listen to the energy of some flute music. In and out. You are love. Every organ and cell in your body is all about love. And so that makes you a divine being. In and out. Joy, joy, joy. Let joy fill your every cell structure as you breathe in. I love myself. I appreciate myself. Let it go. Let it go. Any fear. Let go of any doubt that you are an awesome, unique puzzle piece. No one like you. There are no other puzzle pieces like you. So you're breathing in more love, so that you can fit into this new earth that we're creating, where there's no fractured pieces, there's no anger, there's no bitterness, there's no jealousy. We're creating a new earth of refined, beautiful, sculptured puzzle pieces. And we're mastering the ability to respond to every challenge with love, And that piece, those puzzle pieces will come together and stay together as long as we are practicing love for self first. Letting go of any fear about anything going on in the world around you or the media. Let go. Think about Psalms 91. I dwell in the secret place of the Most High. I abide in the shadow of the Almighty. And the Almighty Creator Universe Spirit is my refuge. No harm can come to me as I breathe in love and joy and peace. No harm comes to me because the Creator Almighty is my refuge. And that is what's within your heart, what's in your being. The Creator, Almighty energy of love is in you. So breathe it in, activate it. And then broadcast love energy, joy energy, peace energy. Opportunities come into your way every day. Take advantage of them to bring more peace, more joy, more love into your life. How does that feel? I hope you're feeling better after this time you're spending with vegetable soup for women and Viata in the tiny house village. May your evening be peaceful and joy and calm. Put on some calm music if you've had a rush day. Put on some calm music. Relax. Have some tea, some calming tea. Peppermint. I've been drinking peppermint in the last hour. It feels so soothing right now inside of me because I had something earlier and I was so full, but drinking peppermint tea after a big meal can help to calm things down and help you digest. So thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you'll share this with anyone who needs to master the fractured parts of their life and bring together a beautiful earth picture in their vision every day. Breathing in. Remember, write it down. Today is going to be my peaceful day. And then let the universe help you not to react, but to respond with pure love from your heart. and giving gratitude every day for all the blessings. Count your blessings every day. There, when you lay down in bed, count your blessings that you still have that breath. So thank you, LA, if you're still there, for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me. Thanks.
Have a good evening, everyone. Sat Nam and Namaste. Ashe, Ashe O. Aho, Aho. And Shalom. Be blessed and be a blessing. See you later. Friday, I'll be back Friday talking about the nursing crisis and how that's going to affect all of us. And it's very personal for a lot of my friends. So join me on Friday for health and well-being with Viada. Mwah. Love you.